On November 14, 2017, 24-year-old Sydney Loofe went on a date in Lincoln, Nebraska. She was excited and hopeful. She had been chatting for several days with a woman she met on the dating app Tinder. Sydney had even posted a Snapchat message with a caption, "Ready for my date." That was the last time anyone heard from her. Sydney was a cashier at Menards, a popular home improvement store. She was friendly and independent with a close-knit family and supportive friends. When she did not show up for work the next day, concern grew rapidly. Her family contacted police when repeated calls to her phone went unanswered. Her vehicle was still at her apartment and there were no signs she had returned home. Investigators tracked Sydney's phone records and discovered her last known communication was with a woman named Audrey. That woman turned out to be Bailey Boswell, a 23-year-old from Wilbur, Nebraska. Bailey had a boyfriend named Aubrey Trail, a 51-year-old man with a long criminal record. The couple had a history of moving from motel to motel and were suspected of conning people out of money through fake antique deals. Police began looking into their whereabouts. Within days, Bailey and Trail posted bizarre Facebook videos proclaiming their innocence. They claimed they had been unfairly targeted and that they had nothing to do with Sydney's disappearance. But investigators were not convinced. Security footage showed Bailey picking Sydney up from her apartment on the night she vanished. Even more troubling, Bailey and Trail had rented a motel room the same night. By the time police tried to find the pair, they had fled. On December 4, 2017, investigators found the dismembered remains of Sydney Loofe in garbage bags scattered along a rural road in Clay County, Nebraska. The bags had been carefully taped shut. An autopsy confirmed that Sydney had been strangled to death. Her body had been cut into 14 pieces. Based on the condition of her remains, authorities concluded that she had been killed soon after her date. The manhunt for Bailey and Trail ended shortly after the discovery. They were found in Missouri and taken into custody. During interrogations, Trail gave several conflicting stories. He claimed Sydney had died during consensual rough sex involving a group of women interested in witchcraft. He said she had begged to be part of their occult circle and had died accidentally. None of this was supported by evidence. What the investigators pieced together was that Trail and Boswell had lured Sydney to her death under the pretense of a romantic meeting. Evidence found in the couple's apartment, including tools, cleaning supplies, and traces of Sydney's blood, suggested they had planned the murder in advance. Investigators believe they used Tinder to find a victim and carried out the killing for sadistic pleasure. At Aubrey Trail's trial in 2019, prosecutors described how he had used Boswell as bait to lure Sydney. Trail later admitted in court that he killed Sydney but insisted Boswell was not involved. The evidence said otherwise. Surveillance footage showed the couple buying saws, trash bags, and bleach in the days leading up to the murder. Witnesses testified that the two spoke openly about wanting to kill someone for excitement. The trial turned dramatic when Trail, while in the courtroom, slashed his own throat with a razor blade he had smuggled in. He survived the attempt. After recovering, he returned to court and told jurors he wanted to accept full responsibility. The jury was not swayed. Aubrey Trail was convicted of first-degree murder, criminal conspiracy, and improper disposal of human remains. In June 2021, he was sentenced to death. The judge said the murder was cold and calculated, done for no reason other than cruelty. Bailey Boswell stood trial separately. She was also charged with first-degree murder and conspiracy. During her trial, the jury heard testimony from other women who had previously been recruited by the couple. Some said Trail and Boswell had talked about killing someone to please the spirits they believed in. The prosecution argued that Boswell had been a willing partner who helped lure Sydney into a trap. In October 2020, Bailey Boswell was found guilty of all charges. In November 2021, she was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. She became the first woman in Nebraska history to receive a life sentence for a crime involving such brutality. The murder of Sydney Loofe shocked the state and prompted new conversations about the safety of online dating. Her family created a foundation in her name to help families of missing persons and to promote safer dating practices. They remembered Sydney as bright, trusting, and full of life.